So women have had a, a difficult time for forever, maybe, for at least for centuries. It could be argued that they have been slaves longer than the blacks or Jews or any other group of people that have historically been known to be slaves. But it's done in a more sophisticated, subtle way. Okay, there's the background. Now, women can feel, for good reason, because it's true, that there's a power in them that's just undeniable and could even be said to be more powerful than the man's power on a certain level. In the end, it's all balanced. But so they're aware of this power, okay? But then at the same time, there's this heavy burden of not only centuries ago of continuous slavery, but even present, this feeling of not being treated equal. Even if it's not said, even if they're given so-called equal rights, there's a energy that man projects that says, you know, you're all right, but I'm the man. So to make balance for that, there's some women that, for example, they have a lot of sex, promiscuous sex, or they get in, you know, they fight, MMA, you know, or business, you know, they want to show, hey, like, you're not better than me, you know. And also you have the goddesses. They say, I'm the goddess. You should worship me. You should wash my feet. You should recognize what's here, you know. Now the problem is that they're not owning their power. If you don't own your power, your true feminine power, and if you just try to copy the man with this aggressive type mentality and energy, like in business or in fighting, or even the whole goddess worship me thing. A real goddess doesn't do that. That's my point. A real goddess doesn't even know she's a goddess. She doesn't even think of that word or that concept. I was in India and I was fortunate to meet some pretty high level beings, both men and women. And I'm telling you, a real woman who's in touch with this, her divine feminine principle, where she's being it, she's not thinking about it or demonstrating it, where she's actually one with it. A man can't help but to at least metaphorically bow down in her presence. The energy is so strong, the presence is so sweet that unless the guy's just totally unconscious, and there's a lot of them, but if the guy is somewhat balanced, he's just going to feel an immense respect and appreciation and admiration and love for this woman. So that's a real goddess. Is when you don't even somebody tells you you're a goddess and you just smile. Yeah, you don't even. It doesn't. You know, you're not in the mind. You're not. You've healed your, you can say, collective trauma that you're born with, because you are, and then also just your personal resentment and trauma toward men that you've grown up in this society and had to deal with. That somehow has been transcended. This woman, she really knows who she is beyond the level of woman. She's recognized this true principle of being one with consciousness, this is why I make spiritual videos, because that is the salvation, you can say. All these other tools and stuff are a tool to help make one spiritual practice more easy, more complete. Because unless you realize who you are beyond this whole human show, this whole human identity of being the one who's superior or the one who's subjugated or suppressed, unless you know who you are beyond that game, those roles, you're going to be caught up in this duality. So these women who who have transcended that, they're automatically in touch with their feminine nature. That's the role they're playing. They know it's a role. They know they're not really a woman. They know that their consciousness, it doesn't have any gender. They've realized this because at some point you get tired of this whole show. You get tired of the whole, just all the shit that comes with being a human, trying to work this out. I got to work that out. I got to balance this. I got to fight for that. This needs to happen. All that stuff, it gets old. And something just surrenders and says, God, this is your show. I can't. It's too much work. I just want to realize this highest truth, and then you use me how you want to use me. So be it. And I'll do this for the 70, 80 years I'm on this planet, and this is your show. So any being, woman or man, who has come into that realization, if you're a man, then you're going to really be in touch with your masculine power. I think I'll make a video on that too. Got to make balance, right? And if you're a woman and you realize this true principle, you're going to come into a realization of this, and it's going to flow. I want to make a video on the healing nature of women. I want to make that separate though, so I'm trying to be careful of what I'm talking about in this video, because I don't want to overlap it in the other video. I'm trying to keep the focus on goddesses, But when a woman, not a goddess, when a woman is trying to be the goddess and is expecting that she find a guy who's going to worship her and fulfill her projections, you might find that. You might find that. But the problem is, because you're wanting it and expecting it, you're not going to meet a genuine guy. You're going to meet some insecure, weak, guy. Maybe he has some fetish of getting dominated or something, and then maybe he'll play that part, that role. And even if he doesn't have a fetish, but I'm just saying, when you're wanting something like that or expecting that so much, it's like you're the man then. So you're going to attract a man that's not really a man, in principle, in essence. You're going to attract something that you're not going to respect or love. Your ego may get a hit, a sense of power and control, because now the man's doing what you feel should be done, but you're not going to ever love that man. You're just going to keep beating him more and more, So it's just not the way to go about it. I can understand it though. That's why I shared what I shared at the beginning. I understand it's a kind of a genuine feeling that comes, like when a woman is declaring, like, hey, you need to recognize what I am. You guys think that you're the top, superior gender, but you got no idea. So I understand where that comes from. But you're going about it the wrong way if you're insisting on men, respect you. You see? Now that may not sound right. So what do you mean? Like, they should respect me. Yeah, but the insistence of it. Again, surrender. There's something that has to surrender. I know about this because I deal with health issues, and I was debilitated and I didn't know it. And I joined the crazy Marine Corps, and I got tortured all the time. So I understand the feeling that like, they should respect me, and they don't. And I understand the resentment. But there's a power inside that we have to find, because it's the only really saving grace, that when we find that power, automatically this respect comes. Now we can force it, I can take a gun and make somebody respect me, but what am I going to do? Am I going to do that to anybody I come across? That it doesn't work. It's a superficial way of trying to get our needs met. What was the other thing? So yeah, I'm going to make the next video on the healing power of women, and how men are scared of it, basically. So that's going to be a good one. Yeah, we're at 10 minutes, so I wanted to touch on that, though. Recognize your true self. That's my message, and don't worry about you're gonna be so magnetic that you may not want to go out of the house. You know, some of these women, like I said, that I've met, there's just, no words like that. All right, have a good day.